For today's intermediate class, it is an arm-focused class, so you're going to need a couple of light weights. All right, we don't need the weights right away. We are going to come onto our hands and knees and just go into some nice arm circles and some cats to begin. So let's start with the arm circles. Just a nice 4-point kneel. I'm going to reach my arm out in front. Nice big circle, rotating my arm at the top and then coming down. So the thumb is leading on the way. As I pass through the shoulder joint, I'm going to rotate so my thumb is now pointing down to the floor. Let's do 2 more in this direction. Last one here. And then reversing it. So the thumb is to the floor. I'm going to rotate that arm, and the thumb is to the ceiling. Just nice and easy through the movement. One more time here. And we'll do the other side. So just reaching out through the arm, through the fingers. Pushing the floor away with the supporting arm. So that way you're not getting up into your neck. And then let's reverse it. Again, just finding that easy little bit of rotation at the top of that circle. One last time here. And down. We're going to go into some cat stretches. So allowing the tailbone to drop, we're going to round through the spine, allowing the head to be the very last thing to fall. Then sliding the tailbone free, rippling through the spine. As I lift my chest, I'm rotating my elbows back. That's going to give me a little bit more external rotation in my arms, allowing for a little bit more ease in my extension. Rounding that spine, sliding the tailbone free, rippling through, finding that little bit of external rotation as I lift the chest. Let's do 2 more like this, rounding through that spine. Sliding the bum free, rippling through, opening up that chest. One more time. Sliding the bum free. We're not done. We're going to do 4 more, but we're going to tuck the toes under and lift the knees to a hover. So I brought my feet a little closer together. I really want to anchor into my big toe knuckles on both of those feet. I'm going to press up into a little hover, and then from here, scoop and round. Slide the tailbone free, rippling out through the spine, keeping those abdominals active so I don't lose the support in my low back. 2 more here. Try not to let those knees go too high off the ground. 1 more. Bum free, ripple through, lift the chest, and down. So already starting to feel a little bit of work in those arms. Let's just bring the arms up before we get into it. All right, so grabbing 1 weight, we're going to do like a little chicken wing movement to start. So the weight is going to come toward the temple of my forehead, and the elbow is going to be pointed down. As I open the elbow out to the side, I'm going to open my leg out to the side like I'm peeing on a fire hydrant, and then coming back down. And again, up and down. Pushing the floor away for 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to bring my arm to a nice little goal post now. As I reach my arm out, I'm going to do a little donkey kick with my leg and then pull it back in. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Working from my hip joint, so I'm trying not to extend my leg too far out as I do this. It's hard, but that's our goal. Last one here. We're going to do a bonus one to extend out. Extend the leg out now. Open the arm and leg out to the side. Pull it back to center. Still pushing that floor away. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one. Bring it in. All right, not quite done before we go to the other side. We're gonna come into a nice little elbow plank here, reaching ourselves out. And I'm gonna open my legs about the distance of my mat. Taking my opposite hand, let's move the weight from side to side. So there is gonna be a shift of weight. That's okay. One more time each side, ending with the side that has to work. Holding that plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on in and go for a nice child's pose stretch. Okay, coming up, let's get ready for the other side. So the hand is going to come toward the temple. The elbow is going to face the floor to start. As I open up into that chicken wing arm, I'm going to open my fire hydrant and then back in. And out and down. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go to our nice goal post arm here. As I do my little donkey kick up, I'm going to reach that arm out and in. Keeping the head gazing at the end of the mat, just so you don't drop your head down. 4 more. And 3. And 2. One more time here. Bonus 1. Out you go. Extend that leg. Open the arm and the leg. Pull it into center. Open out to the side. Center. Breathing through it. Let's do 4 more. 3. Push that floor away. 1 more time. Pull it to center. Come on all the way in. We're going to go into that plank series again, or the plank switcheroo. So onto the forearms, we're extending the legs out, and then we're going to switch that little weight from side to side. Deepening those abdominals. Squeezing that bum. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Whew. Shake, shake, shake. It doesn't take much. Right away, we're getting that heart rate up a little bit, and I'm certainly feeling little shakes happening in the body. All right, we're gonna grab our weights and go into some full roll-ups as we start our abdominal work. So, lying ourselves on our back, let's just bring those arms up to the ceiling, holding those light weights, and the arms are going to come back by the ears. Taking a breath in. On my exhale, the arms are going to come up, so is the head. Exhale as I roll through that low back, rolling all the way over my feet. And then I'm going to scoop those abdominals right away and roll myself all the way back down. Let's do it again. Coming up. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Up and over those legs. Going right away into a nice scoop here, deepening those abdominals all the way back down. Whew. And again. Curling up. Rolling over those feet. Scooping those abdominals. Trying not to get too into your neck. So really focus on keeping those shoulders down. Last one, and we'll stay up here. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Deepening those abs up and over the legs. And then stacking yourself nice and tall through the spine. Arms down. Fix your clothes. I always find that those full roll-ups pull on the pants a little bit. All right. The legs are going to stay long for our half roll back series here. I'm just going to link my hands together, holding both of my weights. On the exhale, scooping tailbone to pubic bone to belly button, deepening those abs. and then rolling myself back up. Now you can do this with a bent leg if you'd like, but I like to have long legs for this kind of work. And again, deepening those abs, tailbone to pubic bone to belly button, deepen, deepen, deepen. Coming back up. One last time here. We're going to scoop and stay. Check in with the shoulders. How are they doing? We're going to deepen those abs a little bit more, then come up. Deepen. And inhale up. Exhale, deepen. Inhale up. And again. And up. So it's not a big movement, but I am thinking of deepening that belly button in toward the spine for 4 and 3, 2, one more time. Coming up tall, 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 tall against that work. Let's bring the arms down for just a moment before we go into the rest of this work. Let's just bring the arms up without the weights and down. It takes some good control to just keep those arms lifted with that weight. So we're just taking a little break, and we're going to do some rotation work now. One more time here. All right, grabbing your weights again, holding them out in front of you. Let's find that scoop, deepening those abdominals, tailbone to pubic bone to belly button, deepen, 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 hold. Let's rotate head, collarbone, rib cage, head, collarbone, rib cage, and rotate, and rotate. So I'm staying where I am in my scoop here, and I'm just rotating around the central axis of my spine, head, collarbone, and ribs, wrapping around the spine. One more time, the opposite direction. Back to center, come up nice and tall, bring the arms down. We're going to do that again. So I want you to make sure that you're not side bending as you do this work. We really are trying to keep that true rotation around the spine. And again, holding the weights in front, scooping through those abdominals, and let's do the rotation. We'll go the opposite direction this time. Head, collarbone, rib cage, wrapping, and wrapping, deepening those abdominals. And again, one more time. Back to center. Up we come. Lower those arms. Do some shoulder shrugs. We have one more little series here, or one more exercise. Again, just letting the arms move with a bit of ease here. So this next one is pretty fun. We're going to be going back into that rotation, but we're going to rotate down and rotate up. So, holding the arms out in front of you. Find that little bit of scoop to start you off. Then as I rotate, I'm going to deepen a little bit more. As I rotate, I'm going to deepen off of those sit bones a little bit more. Then I'm going to start to come up and up and up and up and scoop, scoop, wrapping around that waist. Come back up 1, 2, 3, 4, and scoop 1, 2, deepen those abdominals, 3, 4, and up 1, 2, 3. Try to use those abs to come up one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. 1, 2. Rotate, rotate back on top of those sit bones. Reach those arms out. Scoop through the tummy muscles. Roll yourself down all the way down. Arms coming back. Oh, that stretch through the arms feels pretty nice. Arms up to the ceiling. Bring those weights down by your side. We do not need them right now, so they can have a break. And we're going to move into a little bit of abdominal work. So I'm just going to recenter myself a little bit here. Taking a moment to find my neutral pelvis. Deepening through those abdominals. Bringing the legs to tabletop one at a time. And the hands are going to come behind the head. I'm going to start by just curling up and down. Exhale, curl, and down. Nice and easy here. Trying to curl right up through center. And I'm thinking of that rainbow arc from the top of my head to the top of my knees. So that way I really feel like I'm curling up and over an imaginary ball that's here. So I don't sink into my rib cage. Curl up. On this next one, we're gonna stay. Exhale, curl, stay. Reach one leg out, lift it up to the ceiling, pull it back in. Other side, reach it out, pull it up to the ceiling, bend it back in, and again. So it's a long exhale. Long exhale. Long exhale. And again. One more time each side. Try to stay high in that curl. Last one. Bend. Keep the legs where they are, but very slowly lower yourself back down. We go back to the ab curls here. So legs are in tabletop. I'm going to curl myself up and back. Curl up and down. And again. And up. Feel like you're coming up and over something. We're not moving quickly. Really feel those upper abs working. One more time here. Curling yourself up, holding that. Reach the leg out. Lift it up and then reach it out. And down. And down again. Last set of 2 right here. Last one, reach it out, up, down. Control very slowly as you come down through that upper back. Hands by your side, just lower the legs down for a quick moment. Good, I hope you could feel that those upper abdominals working. We're gonna continue to work them with our obliques now. We're gonna extend those legs up to the ceiling through tabletop. Hands behind the head, let's go into a little bit of oblique work. So I'm gonna curl up and reach for my opposite ankle and then come on all the way down. Curl up and reach. I'm gonna go to a flexed foot here just because I'm feeling a little crampy. And rotate. And rotate. And again. And again. One more time each side. Last one here. Let's bring the head and shoulders down, but keep the legs up. I'm gonna go into a pointed foot. Let's open those inner thighs. Pull them back together. So I can only go so far as I have a structural obstacle, but if you can go a little bit further into a really nice big V, as long as you can bring it back. Remember, it's really easy to go out there, but you gotta bring it back. So as long as you have the strength and control, you don't feel like it's gonna be a grind pull, enjoy that stretch, go for it, and then back. But work intelligently with your movement. So listen to your body. If it's too much, limit that range just a little bit. One more time. Hands behind the head. I'm gonna flex my feet again. One last set. Oh, let's curl and rotate. Those abs are feeling it. Just a nice gentle rotation. I'm not doing anything super crazy here. You can always bend the legs if it's too much to have them up. Let's do one more time. and down, hands down. Ooh, bring those legs down one at a time and letting them relax and release. Giving the abs just a little bit of a break. I'm now going to bring my heels together, my toes apart, so I have a bit of a diamond shape with my legs. They're not totally splayed open. There's control and activity in those inner thighs. We're going into hip lifts from here. So maintaining my neutral, I'm going to engage my glutes, pick my bum right up to the ceiling, finding a nice long line out those knees, anchoring into the heels. And then as I come down, hinging at my hip joint, widening the bum, and the ribs and the pelvis are going to lower in one big piece. Let's do it again. Find those glutes, press on up, and melt, and melt, and melt. This should feel pretty nice after all of that abdominal work that we did. You just want to make sure that you are moving as equally as possible through those hips. So if one hip feels like it's lifting a little higher than the other one, maybe you're putting too much load into that one leg and not enough load into the other. So try to equalize the weight as much as possible between those legs. And we're going to come up and stay on this next one, holding that. Let's lift those heels and tap them 1. Lift and tap them 2. Really anchor into your big toe knuckle so you're not rolling out onto the baby toes. It's harder in this position, but really work on that. Otherwise, it just becomes too stressful for the knee. Let's do this for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay on up in that little heel lift. Pull those inner thighs together, let them open. Pull those inner thighs together, slow, 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 let them open. Create your own tension. And open. And open. Let's do this for 5, 4. Create your own tension. 3. Find those glutes. 1 more time. Hold it. Hold that little close. The inner thighs are not touching, but there's a lot of energy there. Little tiny pulses. Deepen it, deepen it, deepen it, deepen it. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the legs open to their starting position. Lower the heels down with control. And then very slowly let that bum come on all the way back down. Very, very nicely done. All right, going back to our abdominal work with weights. So the legs are going to come into tabletop and the arms are going to come up to the ceiling. We're going to go into our mid-back series. So we're going to lower those arms down by our side, feeling those abdominals kicking in and up. You want to make sure here that you're not pushing up into the rib cage like this. And up. And again, lowering the arms down and up. Now, another thing that I want you to watch out for is, are the weights kind of tipping more toward the thumbs? Try to keep them as equally weighted toward the pinkies or even more weighted toward the pinkies. That's going to encourage a little bit more external rotation in the shoulder joint, which is going to help wake up those mid-back muscles and the muscles under the armpits a little bit more. If we start to favor dropping the weights too much toward the thumbs, it's going to overwork through the pecs. And this is a back and arm series. So we really want to make sure we're working the back of the body more than the front of the body on this particular one. Let's do 4 more, deepening through those abdominals. And 3. Really try not to push those ribs up to the ceiling. 2. 1 more time here. We're going to bring those arms up. Now, as we extend the arms down, we're going to reach those legs out at the same time. So we're coming into the hundreds position just without the head lifted. And up, we'll get there. And reach it out, feel those inner thighs, feel those glutes, deepen those abs. Let's do 2 more like this. Last one, we're going to extend those legs out, turn the palms to face the hips, bending the elbows and out. So my elbows are hovering off of the floor. Bend and bend, trying to stay out of the neck. Keep that collarbone really nice and wide. Deepening those abs for 4. You can always pull the legs in if you need to. 3, 2, 1. Arms up, turn the palms back. Let's bend those legs in and lower the legs down just for a moment. As we take a little break here with the legs, we're going to open those elbows wide, reach them up to the ceiling. So just a nice little shoulder press here. Now this exercise really does favor the pecs, and that's okay. That's what we're looking for this. Just nice and easy. This is a little break for us. We're going to go into the hundreds after this. Let's do this for 3, 2, 1. Hold those arms up. Find that nice tabletop position. Curling up through the head, reaching everything out into your hundreds position. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. I turn my palms up. A little different challenge. 32, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 42, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 52, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 62, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 72, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 82, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And 92, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, and 5. Curl higher, turn those palms back. Ooh, bring it all in. Bring those arms down. Bring those legs down. And relax. All right, we are moving on to our sides. We can put one weight away. And we're going to move into a nice little clam series here. So I'm taking my weight and placing it behind the knee. Pushing the floor away so I have this really nice triangle of support and the hips are square. My heels need to be closer to my bum in order to keep the weight from falling. If you hate the weight there, like you have slippy pants or slippy weight, just drop it. Or we're lifting and lowering into a nice little clam here. I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling the little shaky shakes. Whew. Breathing nice and easy through the movement. Let's do this for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up there. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Little movement. Push the floor away. Check in. Are you losing support in that rib cage? You want to keep that bottom rib tucked right on in. Little tiny pulses. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're going to keep the leg up, working from my hip joint, but leading from my knee. I'm going to lift the leg and bring the knee in toward the shoulder, then tap the foot down. Bring it in and down. Lead with the knee. It's not a big movement. But I can feel my glute stretching and then working, and I can feel the glute continuing to work as it turns the leg out. Three. Hip flexors also getting a lot of work here. Last one. Then with control, 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 bring that leg down. Okay, get rid of the weight. We're coming back to it in a minute, but we're just going to focus on a little bit of plank work here. So tummy is pulled in, the hips are square. Leg is long, come on up. We're gonna come up and hold it. Now you can leave the leg down if you'd like, but this is an intermediate class, so our goal is to get up into that nice long line in this nice kneeling plank. From here, we're gonna go into our little smile leg work. So we're letting the leg dip and lift, let it dip and sweep back. Dip, sweep forward, dip, sweep back. Working through it. Working through it. 4, 3, there's a lot of control happening here. 2, one more time. Then we do our rainbows up halfway down. Oh, this one's even harder. Come down off the hip if you need to. Let's do this for 4, 3, 2, one more time here. Bring that leg back, hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, lower the hip. Oh goodness. Move yourself over to the other side. Placing the weight behind the knee. Deepening those abdominals. Hips are nice and square. The bum or the heels have to be a little closer to the bum to keep that weight placed. We're going into our clams. Deepening those abs. How are y'all doing? I can definitely feel the shakes. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm sweating a little bit right now. Whew. Let's do 2 more. And one more time. Hold it there. 1 inch down, 1 inch up. So that little tiny movement, still getting that glute to deepen and work just a little bit more. It's okay if you swear at the screen. I'm quietly screaming in my head. And let's do this for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now remember, we have to lift. Bring that knee in toward the shoulder, tap the toe down, lift. And down, lift. And down. So this is a small movement. Find the control in that leg as you tap down. Let's do this for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering the leg with control, getting rid of the weight, but still a lot of good side leg work left to do here. Find your plank, up you come. Lift the leg, hold it there. We hold it for 6, 5, 4, really push that floor away. Stay controlled within the rib cage. 2, and let's go into our little smiles. Smile and smile. So the leg is sweeping down and forward, sweeping down and back. My hips are staying very quiet for 4, 3, 2, 1. We have to do our rainbows up and down. Oh, the rainbows are hard. Up and down. I don't know if you can hear the shaking in my voice. Up and down. Let's do this for 4, 3. I'm struggling along with you here. 2. The work is real. 1 more time. Down and down. You know, sometimes when you watch fitness videos and the instructors just make it look so easy, like it's nothing. I'll tell you right now, I am working with you here. You can feel every little bit of this work. We're going to take our weights and come down onto our bellies. All right. So the hands are going to be by our side, pulling those abdominals in for support. My nose is just hovering right over the mat. The first part of this exercise, we're allowing the shoulders to round toward the floor. Then draw those shoulder blades together. Let the arms float off of the floor. Feel the energy in that mid-back between the shoulder blades, hopefully not into the neck, and then down. If you're going into the neck, think of your shoulder blades like elevator doors closing. You want them to close on that horizontal plane. We're not closing the elevators up onto the first floor, which is going to take those shoulders to your ears. Think of the elevator doors just sliding shut. It's a smaller movement than you think it needs to be. And then let the elevator doors open as you let everything relax. Let's do 2 more like that. Pulling those abdominals in and down. And again. And down. Let's do 2 more. Try to lead from the shoulder blades. The hands are going along for the ride. 1 more time here. And let's go into little circles with those arms. 2, 3, 4. Keep that collarbone wide, those elevator doors closed. 8, reversing the direction of that for 8. And 7, pull those abs in. Squeeze those glutes, energy out the legs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let everything relax. We're gonna build on it a little bit. Pull those abs in, squeeze those glutes, lift those legs up. You can keep them down if you'd like, but we're gonna lift them for the second round. Draw those elevator doors together, keep the neck long, and circle those arms. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reversing that for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let everything come down. Drop the weights. Bring the hands under the forehead. And enjoy a bit of a break for a moment. Taking a breath in. On the exhale, we're going to lift both of those legs up. Open them nice and wide. Pull those inner thighs together. Lower them down. And again, up and open. Pull together and down. Up, open, draw them together, and down again. So I'm really trying not to sink into my back here. If you feel like you're sinking into your back, and you'll know by the feeling of pushing harder into your hip bones than your pubic bone, you can place a little towel under the hip bones. It will help. It'll help to equalize the weight between the pubic bone and the hip bones, which is what we're looking for. Let's do this for 4 and 3, 2, 1 more time, and down. Let's go to a nice child's pose. Let that all stretch out. Whew. Okay. One last little series for our class today. You're going to need just 1 weight for this, but we're going to come up onto our knees. I'm going to bring my right leg forward first, tucking my left toe under, and I really want to stand tall on that left leg. So just be careful that you don't start getting into this hinge position. We're actually in one beautiful long line, top of the head, all the way down through the hips and down through that back leg. Front leg is working, but back leg is where we're connecting in terms of our line into. I'm going to hold the weight out in front of me and start with a little rotation toward the bent leg. So head, collarbone, rib cage, rotating them all around the spine, and then coming back to center. And again, rotating, 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 and back to center. Just nice and easy here. 2 more. 1 more time. Trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears. All right, pause here. Here's the fun part. I'm bringing my foot a little closer to my body, pressing down into my front foot and the toes of my back foot. I'm gonna lift that knee to a tiny hover. Little bicep curl here, 1, 2. Lots of quadriceps happening here, 3. Don't let that front leg drop toward the big toe. Really try to keep it centered through the foot. 2 more here. 1 more. Hold the arms out. Tap and lift, 8. Tap and lift, 7. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, switch the legs. All right, last burner of the class. Let's reach those arms out. Check in with yourself. Think of that beautiful long line, top of the head all the way down into that back knee. And let's rotate. Rotating toward that bent leg. That's out in front. Head and collarbone and rib cage. Inner thighs nice and active here. Let's do a couple more. One more time. From here, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Pressing up, holding it. 4, 3, 2, let's go to 8 bicep curls. And 2, 3, keep the shoulders out of the ears for 4, 5, 6, 7, pull those abs in, 8, hold the arms out, tap it, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Try not to lean too far forward, 2, and 1. Very slowly come on down. Whew, bring everything down. Nice little child's pose, stretch it out. Let the bum feel nice and free. We're gonna come back into our cat stretches and our arm circles. Let's start with the cats, just nice and easy, rounding through the spine, widening the bum, lifting the chest. And again, scooping and rounding. We're just gonna move fluidly through it. Scoop and round. And free, let's do this one more time, just nice and easy, scoop and round. And free. Let's go back to those arm circles. Again, a little bit more fluid, a little bit more freedom this time around. Let's reverse the direction of that. Again, we're not going to be too specific in the movement. We want to feel the freedom of the arm. Last one on this side. Let's do the other side. Just nice movement here. Nice and easy. Let's reverse it. Two more to finish. And sit yourself back. All right, thank you so much for joining me for this arm focus exercise today. I hope you could feel all those little shaky shakes. I certainly could. And, you know, maybe you'll feel this one tomorrow. Okay, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.